Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live webinar, Moving from TaxWise Desktop to TaxWise Online. A topic we are very excited to talk about today, as we know that many of you have lots of questions about TaxWise Online. And of course, we look forward to sharing all the benefits you can look forward to as your tax business moves from using TaxWise Desktop to benefiting from TaxWise Online. Right, so let me introduce our primary speaker for today, Mr. Anthony Sampson, Enroll Agent and Solution Architect for Wolters Kluwer Tax and Accounting. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you so much, Louise, for having me today. My name is Anthony Sampson. I'm a solution architect here at Wolters Kluwer, Tax and Accounting North America. In addition to that, I'm also practicing EA, enrolled agent here. And one of the things I do as a solution architect at Wolters Kluwer, I get to speak to many of our customers and potential customers as well, those who are interested in looking at our products. And I help them determine what solution would be a great fit for their practice as they scale and try to grow their practice and partner with Wolters Kluwer to help them do that.
That's right, Anthony. Thank you so much for being here. Let me go ahead and talk about some housekeeping items as we go through the presentation today. We know that you're going to have some questions, and you can use the questions tab in the GoToWebinar screen to submit your questions during the session. We're not going to be able to speak live as the phone conversation part of the presentation is not enabled, but we will be active in the chat. So as you think of questions, go ahead and submit them right away. I'll be staffing the chat and answering them as best as I can, and I know that Anthony will be doing that as well. Now, keep in mind that you will receive an email within 24 hours with a link to watch the recording of this session. So if there's anything in particular that you'd like to replay within 24 hours, you can do so. Or if you have any additional questions on items that we have covered today, you will have an opportunity to watch this session one more time. Okay, so with that, Anthony, let's talk about our agenda for today. We have 5 major things we want to cover as we look at moving from TaxWise Desktop to TaxWise Online.
Absolutely. And one of the things we understand that making that transition from desktop to online could be a little bit nervous for some firms or practitioners. So we're going to show you is a very minimal learning curve. Definitely going to show you there's a lot of similarities in both of the solutions. We'll go through that. And then we'll also take some time to identify the key differences between our TaxWise desktop and our TaxWise online platform. In addition to that, enhanced functionality. This is the reason why you made the decision to come over to the online platform. So we're going to showcase today the enhanced functionality and the major benefits that your firm will achieve with that enhanced functionality. And of course, how to get started utilizing our TaxWise Online platform.
That's right, Anthony. So I'm very excited to see everything that you're going to show. So let's go ahead and get started.
All right, today we're going to talk about the minimal learning curve that many of our customers will experience as they transition from our desktop platform to our TaxWise Online platform. It's a very good familiar look and feel. We'll make sure we cover that today. The intuitive user interface. The forms tree is not going away. We still got the forms tree there available for you. And then, of course, how easy it is to transition from TaxWise Desktop to TaxWise Online. Literally in a matter of seconds, you can push your return from the desktop into the cloud on the online platform. So we'll go ahead and cover that here. All right, so we'll talk about the minimal learning curve that many of our TaxWise Desktop customers will experience when they transition over to TaxWise Online. All right, so the first thing we'll address that TaxWise Online is a browser-based solution. So there's no software installation required for you in order to run TaxWise Online, which means the product can definitely work on any laptop. It can definitely work on a tablet, even a cell phone. Some of our customers have been able to successfully log in on a cell phone, a smartphone, I should say, be able to gain access into the TaxWise Online platform. Now, because it's browser-based, see right over there where it says 20, well, if I just open up another URL and change that 20 to 19, you'll be able to log in the 2019 version. And if you have customers and you have to go back and prepare previous year returns, it's just a matter of changing that year in the URL, and then you'll be able to move forward with that. So that's one of the big items that many of our customers are concerned about when they come over to us. Now, the forms tree is over here. As you can see right over here, we got the forms tree, very similar to TaxWise Desktop, right? The main information sheet is here. That has not changed. Also, let me just take a moment here to address something about this main information sheet. One of the things we have not changed about the main information sheet on that is get the red out, right? The red underlines, identifying the required areas where information is at. So if I was to come in here and under 123 Main Street, and I hit Control E on my keyboard, look what it's going to Control E me to. It's going to control me to that zip code. Well, let's go ahead and put in a zip code right here. And we still got that zip code database of that city and that state populating here for us, which makes it a little bit easier for us to be able to work through that. Now, one of the big items that we do have is we still have that refund monitor, right, for the federal and the state. That refund monitor is right over here. We did add the option that you can click right over here and get a return summary and just kind of see from a bird's eye view some high level information that's going on inside the return, so you can get a good understanding of it. We did add this enhancement on over here inside of TaxWise Online, but at least you can see that refund monitor for the federal and for the state as you work your way through this. So one of the other items in TaxWise Online is the fact that we still have the red underlines, and the red underlines is context sensitive and it links directly over to the exclamation points that appear in the forms tree. So we can still hit Control E on our keyboard, just hitting Control E, and it moves us directly over to that required field. And then hitting Control E again on the keyboard, you'll see it jumps us all the way down to that next required field. And once all those required fields have been addressed, of course, there you go. It's a live running solution. It would automatically go over and click to that check mark, right? Now, speaking of a live running solution, that's one of the big reasons why our customers love TaxWise Online. Is that need for speed. The fact that in real time, TaxWise is constantly calculating the taxpayer information in that return. So you can see right over here, I got a refund of $1,474. Fantastic, that's good. But if I was to take out this federal withholding right here, look what happens to my refund monitor. Within a matter of seconds, that refund, it becomes an amount due. So you're still getting that experience, that speed, that activity inside the solution, allowing you to accurately prepare a return in a matter of minutes or you're still able to streamline your tax preparation process utilizing TaxWise Online because it's still a live running solution in here for us and calculating and recalculating those amount dues. Now, let's take a moment here to talk about adding forms, right? There's two ways, of course, you can add a form. We do have our interview mode, which is similar to our desktop. How many of you folks out there that use the interview mode inside of TaxWise desktop, right? We haven't taken that away for you. It's still here. Your team members, you and your team members can still go through and work through interview mode. We did add print signature pages to the interview mode as well on our TaxWise Online solution. All right, so let's switch over to the forms here for just a moment. Let's go back over to those forms and let's walk through it on how simple it is to add an additional form inside of TaxWise Online. So we come over here and click that plus sign to add a form. The plus sign means to add a form. So we can either click here, show all the forms in the solution, or we can type directly what we're searching for. So if we're searching for something with a 1099, we can just start typing 1099. It's very easy for it to be added. And the same thing, if we want to take away a form, it's very easy to be able to remove a form. Just come over in that particular area and you can hit the X and a form will actually be removed fairly easy. If I remove the 1040V over here, I hit that X. And yes, I just removed the 1040V. Very simply, we remove that from the form. Now let's take a moment here to address this form tree for just a second. We've got the green check marks, red exclamation points. Where the information is blank at, that means there's no data in that particular field. Maybe they was trying to calculate it, but we made some adjustments and it removed that. So it's showing you it's unused work papers, those unused worksheets. All right, so just as you're seeing how we're going through everything with our errors and our diagnostics and cleaning up the return, making sure everything is in the right place and everything's correct, you'll see that intuitive user interface as you work through the solution. Everything is normally in a typical place where it would be in TaxWise desktop. If I want to clear this estimate off and remove it, you definitely can remove it. And then we can just go ahead and hit this button and recalc those diagnostics. So it's fairly a simple process, very intuitive, minimal learning curve for you to utilize TaxWise Online as you transition over to TaxWise desktop. So as you're making that transition over from desktop to online, it's a very intuitive process and streamlined is what we've done here at Wolters Kluwer. So on that dashboard, when you're clicking over here to start a brand new return on that dashboard, and you've pretty much switched your package with your account manager to desktop to online, on the new version, so when the next year's version of TaxWise Online comes out, you'll simply enter your client social security numbers right in here, and automatically it will carry forward that information directly over for you. So there's no need to do a big migration and upload all your returns to the platform one by one. No, we've done all that hard labor and done it for you. So as our new version of TaxWise comes out, you simply enter your client social security numbers in here, and it will carry forward that information, and that return will directly be in the online platform. Now, some of you folks are definitely in a position where Maybe you we're going to be working offline. Maybe you're going to be traveling. Maybe you may not have any internet access for a period of time. You can definitely prepare returns in the desktop platform. And then once you restore internet, get internet service available, you can go ahead and upload that return directly to the online platform. So let me show you how that's done. Now remember, this feature is only available when you upgrade your subscription to a TaxWise online platform. You'll notice in the diagnostics right over here, when you click diagnostics, you'll see the option where you can say mark to transfer. Mark to transfer indicates that we're initiating that this return, we want to select this return to be sent over to TaxWise Online. So we'll click over here, mark to transfer. Return has definitely been marked to transfer. Now, after we've done that, we're going to need to log out of this return and then switch users, I should say change users, to our admin. So now you'll need to transfer returns in the admin username. All right, now we're logged back in. And then we'll come up to the top where it says communications, and you'll see this option over here that says transfer to TaxWise Online. Now keep in mind, folks, that this is a feature that's only available in the APS solution that we provide to you when you're a TaxWise Online customer. So we'll click over here, transfer to TaxWise Online, and then you'll see that we have the return over here for Mr. Online. So we'll check that box over there, and once we check that box, we'll go ahead and click send. And it just takes a few seconds here, and it says successfully return package has been successfully uploaded and is ready for retrieval into TaxWise Online. So go ahead and click on close, and then we'll switch over to TaxWise Online on our screen. Now looking directly over here, we can see TaxWise Online, and we'll come over to this view more actions, and we'll click on import returns. And there it is right there, Mr. Online, the return that we've imported. Now we can select which user we want it to go to. So I'll select myself over here, and we'll import Mr. Online. I've checked the box, and I'll click import. Yes, so we want to go ahead and import it. So remember, keep in mind that when you import a return, it can't be undone. So whatever return you send over, that's it. That's the one you're actually sending online. But it's okay. If you don't like it, you can definitely go ahead and delete that return and re-upload another one. But this is going to be helpful if you ever have to work offline. You can use our desktop version, and then if you later on, you can definitely upload to e-file that return. So let's come over here to Mr. Online. Let's go scoot on down, and here's Mr. Online's return, which we're opening up. And we can see the AGI is 20,000. Here's the refund of $1,037. And if we compare that with what we had in TaxWise Desktop for Mr. Online, we'll see same thing, AGI of 20,000, and the refund is $1,037. So this is how we successfully upload returns directly from TaxWise Desktop to Online without missing any changes. All the exact tax calculations are correct, and the client is getting the same refund that we calculated in the desktop version. All right, so now we're going to take a moment to discuss our enhanced functionality inside of the TaxWise Online platform. We're going to start out talking about with our e-signature, our online vault, and our Texcellent solutions that we have over here at Wolters Kluwer. So I'll switch my screen over here, and let's talk a little bit about the e-signature functionality that we have inside of TaxWise Online. All right, so we're inside the return, and once we finish that tax return, we're going to come over here and click e-signature. And when we select that e-signature option, we have a couple choices. We can put in definitely the client's email address. Of course, that's an option that we definitely want to make sure that we put in there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put that client's email address in directly right over here. And then now we have the option to do an in-person, remote, or don't sign electronically, or they can sign at preparer's device. So it's fantastic. The client can sign if they're in person at your location. They can sign on your device. They also have the remote option. That's if they're definitely not there in person at all. You can select that remote option, and then those KBA questions, knowledge-based authentication questions, will be sent to your client in an email. They'll click on that email and answer those 3 questions, and that's what's going to validate their identity, to justify that they are who they say they are, just to make for verification purposes. And then we've got the in-person signature. And what the in-person signature does is it allows the client to get that email and they can sign the return. There's no security questions on it, but we encourage you to do that when the client is there in person with you. So for sake of time, we'll go ahead and do that. I'll click submit. And then we'll go ahead and we'll send out this tax document to be electronically signed. And typically it'll appear just like this. The client will get an email and they'll have the option to click over here, review document. When they click review document, be prompted over to a signature screen. They'll definitely authenticate that they authorize electronic signature of their tax return. They'll select the option to hit continue, and they can begin the process of reviewing their return. They can see what their refund is and go ahead and sign for that amount. They can either draw their own signature if you're currently using a Topaz pad, that option's available, or they can draw their signature or actually use the e-sign option over there. Sign that 8879, sign that state return, and that's it. So very simple process for them to do that. We'll go ahead and hit finish, and then they've been able to successfully sign the return, and the customer will instantaneously get a copy of that return sent to them. They're all done. So it's a very simple process for them to be able to sign that tax return. Now we do have a solution. We do integrate with some of our partners over here at Textalent, and what Textalent allows is for us to be able to text message customers directly from the tax softwares. Once you select this option over here, Textalent. So we've been going back and forth with this customer, letting them know that we were missing documents and things that we actually needed. Now we're going to go ahead and let that customer know that we've actually finished their tax return. So we can text message the customer directly from in here. Oops. If we want to put an emoji, we definitely could put an emoji. I'll go ahead and type that item in there. Let the customer know. I sent you a copy of your tax return for you to sign. Please let us know if you have any questions. Now there is a character limitation up to about 160 characters is allowed. But we just simply let the customer know that, and we can go ahead and hit send. And instantaneously, the client will get a text message letting them know that that text message will be delivered directly to them. Now, if I come over here and the client, it's a two-way communication. So the client can actually respond back to them, and you as a preparer will get the notification of that. Very simple process to be able to do that. And it'll appear directly here. Now you can enable desktop notifications if you want to. Those desktop notifications can also be enabled directly for you to see that. So a very simple response that they've actually received it text message very instantaneously within a matter of seconds. You're aware of that. Now it doesn't stop there with just text messaging in the software. We actually have the integration directly with Textalent. And if you want to learn more about Textalent, please reach out to our sales consultants. They'll definitely fill you in on how to get partnered and connected with Textalent. Textalent integrates directly within our tax solution. So for instance, when we come over here to the section over here in Textalent, we can set up campaigns. So a birthday greeting, a birthday text message could automatically be sent out when returns are accepted or rejected by the IRS. That could be sent out. Refund disbursements. Clients can even text message to communicate their appointment reminders and confirmations, which is very helpful. So and you can customize some of these campaigns, whether you're sending out a happy Father's Day, happy Mother's Day, happy July 4th, or other holidays. You can have those text messages send out. Clients like that because it shows the interaction that you're having with your customer throughout the year. It's just not a one-time interaction during tax time, and that's it. You're maintaining the communication and keeping the clients updated. So it's a very helpful marketing tool to use in your firm. All right, so a couple other enhanced functionality tools that we do have on the TaxWise Online platform. So we're going to take a moment to talk about our online vault and what does it look like to use our mobile functionality tools that we have within our solution. Switching gears over here, you should be able to see my screen as it appears up, our TaxWise mobile solution. So we have a mobile site that you can definitely customize. It's going to have the name of your firm embedded in the URL. So definitely you have the option to customize that. I'll show you a perfect example of a firm that has customized their URL and their mobile site. So this is what we provide to you when you sign up with us with TaxWise Online. It looks directly like this. You have the option to switch over here and customize it. So this is one of our customers over here at iTax Mobile, where they came in and they really customized their mobile sites. They put their logo, they put their company colors in here. You can change the image so that when their clients come to this site to enter their information, it really has that look and feel that they're interacting exclusively with iTax Mobile. And if you want to learn more about iTax Mobile, we definitely have an interview section we did where we interviewed this firm and kind of find out the secret to their success and how they became successful utilizing the TaxWise Online solution in their firm. But definitely just want to bring to your attention, you do have the customization tools that you can go through. Now on our mobile site, definitely being able to click over here and get started, your customers can go through an estimate of what their tax refund will look like. Just entering some basic information. Did you live in what state did you live in? What's your filing status? Just being able to make those options. Are you a qualifying widower? If you're uncertain about these items, you can simply hit the question mark and get a further explanation about these items that you're inquiring about. And allows you to walk through this. Now, if you speak Spanish, if your client speaks Spanish, they can definitely change the interview to appear in Spanish just with a few clicks, just with actually 2 clicks, and they could actually change the interview to appear in Spanish. So it's fantastic for your bilingual customers that speak Spanish. They can go through that and they have an option to enter in their age, their filing status. Can they be claimed as a dependents? We'll go ahead and say no. Do they have dependents? The option is no, they don't have dependents. And we're also identifying what type of income do they have, employment income or other types of income. So we'll go ahead and put those wages in there, and we could put those amounts. And no, we don't have another W-2, and they're just entering basic information they got, and they could receive an estimate of what their refund will look like. Now, there is a disclaimer in here. That disclaimer is just notifying them that, wait, this is not an exact amount. They will need to speak to a tax professional after submitting their information. So they can hit continue and submit their documents. If they can hit continue, and submit this refund estimate. After they've done that, they do have an option in TaxWise Online to go ahead and complete the process. So definitely, of course, their filing status, all the information they entered, but then they can upload a copy of their W-2. So if they want to upload a copy of their W-2, a very simple process to be able to do that. They can have to bring that option up over here and upload a direct copy of their W-2. It's very simple, very easy for them to do that. They want to go through any other items, enter any deductions that they may have, any student loan interest they paid or tuition, things of that nature, and they can go through it. Now, if you offer advances, any bank product settlement solutions, you can check that the prospect's going to actually go through this and say, yes, they'd like to be interested about getting a 24-hour advance on their refund. Definitely identifying they'd like to use direct deposit. And now you can have an estimate of your fees if you'd like to, not required to, but you can have an estimate of your tax prep fees, and they can go through, they can review the questions that they submitted. I'm just going to come back over here to finalize all the items that they placed in there. They can review their answers. And then once they're finished with that process, they can go through. Let's go ahead and hit next. If they want to upload a copy of their driver's license, they're more than welcome to upload a copy of their driver's license. That's going to help get it out of the way. And then if they fill out this information, their ID number, issue date, expiration date, this information loads directly into TaxWise Online on that main information sheet. So they can review all the items they submitted. And then once they finish that process, then they can go ahead and hit submit and submit their interview. Now, this is an important question. If they like to be contacted through text messaging, you can text message the customer from TaxWise, or they want a phone call or email, they can make that choice on how they want to be contacted. And they can definitely watch this information over here in their tracking their refund status. Now, you, on the other hand, as a tax professional, you've got the option over here to click on import interviews and literally see interviews actually coming in directly. So you can choose this option. Here's that mobile interview that came in just a few moments ago. We'll go ahead and click submit. Oh, sorry, we'll go ahead and open. And as we're opening the actual tax return, a lot of the information they entered, their address, their email address, all those items they clicked in there, entered, and there it is. Here's his tax documents right over here located at the bottom. So the W-2 that he uploaded, it's located right over here. And the driver's license that he uploaded, there it is right over there, Mr. Sample. So we've got the driver's license and the W-2 that were uploaded. Now here's where that OCR technology comes in, because we can look at this W-2. Let's go back to this W-2 for just a second. You can see the $20,000 on the W-2. Here's where that OCR technology comes in, because we could scan that document. And let's click to override existing one. Select the W-2. We could scan it, and TaxWise could literally read the numbers that are directly on that return. So it'll read those numbers. Then we've got the option to go ahead and do what we call an import, and import those numbers directly on the screen. It just takes a few seconds, but it's letting you know the confidence it has, the accuracy on it. And then we could switch over to those pages. There's the boxes that it captured. The W-2, here's the 20,000, 5,000, 20,000, etc. So it captured that information. We can click over here, import, and within a matter of seconds, it's going to successfully import that information over from the W-2. There's that 20,000 wages, 5,000 Fed withholding. It matches directly up with right over here, 20,000 wages, 5,000 in withholding. You can see that.
Right, thanks, Anthony. Definitely a lot of information. So let's talk about how to get started. What are the next steps?
Absolutely, Luis. The next steps is definitely to switch your package. So reach out to your account manager or renew online and switch your package over from TaxWise Desktop to online platform. Once you do that and the new version of TaxWise Online is released, you'll have the carry forward, so all your returns will appear automatically in TaxWise Online for you. And take some time. Become familiar with TaxWise Online. Do some practice returns. Get a little bit of experience under your belt there. And then learn the new tools. Learn how to use the Vault. If you decided and you made this decision to add on mobile, go ahead and use the mobile platform. And then, of course, take your business on the go. Wherever you go, your business is with you.
That's right, Anthony. TaxWise Online, as we've said many times throughout today's presentation, accessible anytime, anywhere, and useful in many scenarios. You can go on vacation and still review your returns, answer customer questions. You can take your business with you, to your home if you need to prepare returns late at night, especially during tax season. That is, really one of the primary reasons why tax professionals choose to transition from desktop to online. Okay, so if you'd like to learn more about the TaxWise virtual office powered by TaxWise Online, you can visit engagetax.wolterskluwer.com. And if you want to talk to your account manager, you can always call them at 800-495-4626. Now, Anthony, thank you so much once again for joining us today. I appreciate all the information that you shared with us and all the different insights that you had for our tax professionals. And I'm going to leave everybody with a polling question. If you would like to learn more about the solution, if you would like somebody to contact you to answer additional questions, go ahead and say, yes, I'd like to be contacted, and we'll go ahead and follow up with you. We'll communicate with your account manager, and they'll reach out to you within the next 24 to 48 hours. And so with that, once again, Anthony, thank you so much for joining us, and everybody else. We'll stay here in the Q&A section for the next 5 minutes or so, answering any remaining questions that you have. So go ahead and keep sending those questions, as we know that you're already doing. We'll keep sending you the answers and taking care of any final open questions that you have. All right, bye-bye, everybody.